America is a treasure trove of national park systems, each one having their own look and feel. And that's exactly what two food writers and recipe developers wanted to highlight in their newest venture. I'm going to send it over to Dave, who has more details about this. Sounds good? Sounds great, right? We're going to learn more, Danita. The National Geographic National Parks Cookbook is being described as a love letter to America's protected wilderness that should make readers hungry and eager to explore. Joining me now, Melissa Knific, one of the writers of the cookbook and also a Northeast Ohio native. Melissa, great to see you. Thanks for taking the time to come in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn more about this. So it says in the title, okay, the cookbook, it features dishes inspired by America's great outdoors. What exactly does that mean?
That's right. So there are 63 national parks. Okay. In the U.S., and this cookbook covers all of them. There are 100 recipes, so at least one recipe from every national park. Some have two, including our own Cuyahoga Valley National Park.
Okay. What made you think of this idea?
So National Geographic approached my co-author and I with just the general idea of this celebrating the national parks through food. And we wanted to make sure that this book wasn't just a camp food, right? Like that's what people think, I think, when they think of a national park cookbook. Right. This book covers dinners that you can make every day, snacks you can certainly bring to the park, breakfast, hearty breakfast you can have for a hike, desserts, the whole shebang.
Okay, I just saw right here, we had the close-up of a recipe here.
Yes.
What were we seeing here? This is from right in our backyard.
Yes, that's right. So these are two recipes from the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And locally, you know, this park is so, we know it's so special because we, you know, live near it. But there are currently nine farms that exist within the national park, the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, which is unlike other national parks. So there's produce and chickens there's chickens that roam the property, and so these recipes were contributed by Spice Acre Farm and Trapp Family Farm produce.
So all in all, this isn't just a cookbook, right? Travel guide, right. The history, there's so much to this, more than just food.
That's right. You know, I hope that people will see this book and just realize how amazingly diverse this country is, you know, in people, and, you know, it comes through in food and hopefully through the pages of this book.
Now you're from Bainbridge, correct?
Yep, my parents live there now.
Mm-hmm. Would I happen to maybe be seeing them right now?
Yeah, they're here.
All right, okay, they are here.
My biggest supporters, besides my husband and my kids.
That's great, leading right up to Mother's Day.
Yes, that's right.
That. Yeah. So how did that, you know, how did that help bring up your upbringing there of being from here? How did that kind of relate to this, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, so, I mean, food has always been so important to me and my family. My mom is an amazing chef. She went to culinary school locally, the Loretta Paganini School of Cooking. And when I was in college, you know, seeing her, I was a journalism major, and after she finished her program, I thought, how can I bring cooking and you know, my journalism together? So I decided to go to culinary school too, and yes, I'm so lucky to have such amazing food family and a chef as a mom.
I love that. That's great to hear. All right. Well, yesterday, a big day. I had some tacos after Cinco de Mayo. I always thought that the way to follow up tacos is with some oats.
Yeah, and that's right.
So when I came in this morning, they're like, Dave, you're going to make oats. I'm like, this is unbelievable. All right, so what do we have here? This is one of the recipes, right?
Yes, so this recipe is from Joshua Tree National Park in California, and it's chocolatey date overnight oats. So this recipe is very simple, and we're going to make it together.
Let's
you
do
ready?
It. Yes,
okay.
I'm ready.
So we have our little 8-ounce jars here, and we're going to, I'm going to do half, and then I'll hand you the other half.
Okay.
So we've got 1/3 of a cup of oats that we're going to, oops, that's okay. Messy cooking's okay. All right, so we got 1/3 of a cup of oats in here, right? I'm going to hand that to you.
You go ahead and do the next one as I do this.
We're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of chia seeds.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna steal your spoon now.
How much of this?
Just the rest of that you can dump in. I
love it. Yeah, make it simple.
I did have the recipe. Okay. This is unsweetened cocoa powder, so also 1.5 teaspoons there.
Cocoa going in.
That's right.
All right.
And then there's a pinch of salt in here.
Okay.
So then this is the fun part. We're gonna close this up. Okay. And you're gonna shake it to coat the oats.
Shake.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
So then you're gonna pour in half of this liquid, and I'm gonna chop dates.
Okay.
So
Half?
dates, yep, half of that. So it's a half a cup. So the Coachella Valley near Joshua Tree National Park has. They're known for their dates, and so it naturally sweetens this mixture. So basically, each recipe gets 2 chopped dates, and I'll just do yours here.
Thank you.
And you mix it in. Yeah, I'm not going to have you. They're a little sticky, but you just like I said, you just take the pit out, and that's kind of it. So.
For time constraints,
I'm
let's just go
gonna
ahead and
do
finish
that.
mine.
Yep, that's right.
So I want to make sure we get the finished product.
So just give a little bit of a mix there.
Stir or shake?
Yep, stir.
Okay.
Stir this
all
time.
right.
And that's kind of it. So you put the lid back on, and you're going to put it in the fridge overnight.
Overnight fridge, all right.
And then you end up with this lovely mixture over here. It's
Right
nice
here?
and cold. Yep.
We got a close up. There it is.
And then you top it however you want. So here we have some, blackberries, fresh blackberries and raspberries, chopped pistachios. You can use any kind of nut. Oh yeah, there's also a little bit of cinnamon in there. Sorry, I forgot that. And then maple syrup, because we're from Ohio and you have to put maple syrup on oats.
No question. That looks amazing. It really does. I want to thank you so much for being.
Thank you.
Congratulate, just in February, right?
That's right,
Okay.
just in February.
And real quick, how many of the parks have you been to?
Oh, a good chunk. Between Nina and I, we've gone to a big chunk. Not all of them.
Not all, but most.
We know this one's the best, though, right?
For sure. All right. Wow. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
so
That was a lot
much.
of fun, and I'm sure it's delicious.
You're going to have this for breakfast
Have it for
after the
breakfast.
segment,
There we
yeah.
go. And maybe we can send it over to Matt when he does the
Oh,
weather,
yeah,
but
sounds good.
I want to say that looks great. It was simple to do, and I bet it tastes amazing.